Meanwhile, in the world, the US has announced a cut in tariffs on Chinese imports, now set at 47%. The decision came right after Donald Trump's high-stake meeting with Xi Jinping in Busan, the first since Trump's return to office. The talks were part of his broader tour across ASEAN nations. How it all played out in the following report.
This week, Donald Trump embarked on a high-profile tour across Asia, with stops in Malaysia, Japan, and the last leg of the tour, South Korea. It was there that the US president met with Xi Jinping for the first time since the start of his second term. The long-awaited talks centered on what many experts have dubbed the economic equivalent of the nuclear war, the escalating tariff tensions between Washington and Beijing. Inside the meeting room, 14 officials, 7 from each side, spent nearly 2 hours discussing some of the most sensitive issues: tariffs, rare earth metals, semiconductors, and other key sectors shaping global trade. By the end of it, Donald Trump called the meeting highly productive.
You got it? No. Can't get to our sticks.
The first announcements came just hours later on board Air Force One. Speaking to reporters, Donald Trump said China would immediately resume purchases of American soybeans, a move seen as crucial for U.S. farmers. He also confirmed that Washington would roll back tariffs on all Chinese goods, restrictions which were initially imposed in response to chemical ingredients for fentanyl entering the United States. Another key development: Beijing is set to open direct talks with NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang, with the US acting on what Trump called a sort of referee in those discussions. The two sides also agreed to work together toward resolving the Russian-Ukraine conflict. Describing the talks as a great success, Trump announced plans to visit China next April, with Xi expected to travel to the United States soon after.
I thought it was an amazing meeting. He's a great leader of a very powerful, very strong country, China, and what can I say? We have, it was an outstanding group of decisions, I think, that was made. A lot of decisions were made too.
Not long after, China's officials released its own summary of the agreements reached in Busan. Beijing confirmed it would suspend the implementation of its export controls measures for 1 year, a significant step back from the recent restrictions on rare earth and other critical materials used in high-tech manufacturing. In response, Washington will also pause for a year a rule expanding trade restrictions on entities linked to sanctioned companies. Washington will also freeze measures targeting China's maritime, logistics, and shipbuilding sectors, with Beijing pledging to do the same.
The two sides, adhering to the spirit of equality, respect, and mutual benefit, can find solutions to problems through dialogue and cooperation. The results of the economic and trade consultations were not easily achieved. Both sides agree that China looks forward to working with the United States to effectively implement the agreements, thereby injecting more stability and certainty into Sino-US economic and trade cooperation and the global economy.
In the days following the meeting, China's stock market surged to a 10-year high, a clear sign of investor optimism. The Shanghai Composite Index gained more than 2% over the week, reaching 4,025 points. For now, the tariff rate on Chinese imports will stand at 47%, and while ink is not on paper yet, as Trump said, a deal could be signed pretty soon. Almir Amirov, New Time.